there are a lot of spirits. There are a lot of things that can actually, cause you not to build a house. So the reason why I always say, like, maybe the first house that you need to build, don't worry much about anything. Just make sure you are building a house. So it doesn't matter where you're building it, because the moment you actually build that house, maybe in your local space, in a rural area or wherever, you actually say you build a house, then you actually start staying in. They said, we have built a house. This is our first house. You've actually broken a certain barrier, maybe, spiritually, if you understand, things of the spirit. You've actually broken a barrier. So you find out even it's gonna be easy for you to then go to the next house, third house, and things like that. So it's very important to say the first house, just try to find ways of, making sure you build something that will take you to the next level, the next level, the next level. Yeah.
It's okay, my sister. Let yours go, but mine, no. You are not doing politics. No, it's not happening. No.
Never say never.
No, yeah, it's too.
Because what you don't know is, if you don't get yourself involved in some of these things that are happening, those things will they will involve themselves in you.
How?
And you realize that, like right now we are here in the diaspora. Under normal circumstances, we'll just be chilling back home in our home country. But because situation was not conducive and everything, not like we're running away, but because we couldn't make ends meet there.
For the kids, especially.
For the kids and everything, our situation was not good. There are some people who are on the ground who are making it. Yeah. They have different, circumstances, people, but for us, it wasn't working out.
Yeah.
So we had to figure out another way around. So you find out that there are a lot of other people who are in a similar situation. They will just decide to see. So if you ignore it and you say, like right now, maybe I will say, I'm not going to go and vote because it's not going to change anything. The moment you say that, you're actually allowing those other people that we're talking about.
Maybe one vote was going to make a difference.
Those are the people that we're talking about, that they want the situation to remain like that. They are just going to go in their numbers and make sure they vote. And those people, sometimes they will vote like in their numbers and they are voting for the wrong thing. So you need to make sure you just remain involved, no matter the situation, no matter how difficult it is. Even if you see, like, the end of the tunnel is not clear at all, just keep on, chasing it out. One day, you never know. One day.
Okay. If Anaya comes to you and say, "Daddy, I love you," are you going to be baffled? Are you going to be shocked?
I won't be shocked, boss. He's not gonna come. He's not. He's not even going to come. Greetings. Welcome to Real Life Conversations. It's always a good time when you come today. I'm sure today is my beautiful wife's favorite episode. Ongai, how are you doing?
Hi guys. Hi babe. How are you? It's question and answer. So guys, I'm really loving the questions that we have here. They are so interesting. Yeah. They are for married people in a relationship, people are out of a relationship, people who want to go into a relationship. So they are so interesting. So stay tuned and enjoy. And once again, we want to thank you for the following, for the subscriptions, for the comments on all the platforms. Thank you so much. Keep on sharing for other people in different nations, in different places, so that they can also be empowered, they can also learn, they can also be transformed. Don't be selfish and listen and enjoy by yourself. Share with others so that they can also enjoy the way you are enjoying. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you so much for the support. We really appreciate it. Yes. Ongai, what do you have for us today?
Okay, we're going straight into it. The first one, my husband says, saying I love you to our kids is supposed to come from me as a mom, especially to our teenage son. It's weird for him to be telling him that he loves him because it will make him a softie. A man should not be told that he is loved.
It's actually interesting, man. Yeah, but for me also, sometimes I don't tell these guys that I love them that much. But yeah, they need to be strong. They need to know that I love them. They just know. They just need to know that I love them.
How do they know if you don't tell them?
They see the actions. They see what I do. They see what I say. Because if I just tell them I love you, it's just, I don't know how it sounds, but it just sounds too softy.
How?
I don't know. I don't even know. I think you, as the mother, you should be the one to be telling them, I love you.
Why?
But
Why
I'll
is
tell
it
my
not
daughter.
weird?
I'll tell my daughter, but the sons, I need them to be strong.
So you think it's not weird for me to be telling my boy that I love you, I love you?
You are the mom.
But it's
fine.
weird for you.
Not weird, but it makes them soft.
How?
I don't even know.
So if I tell him that I love him,
yeah,
it doesn't make him a softie. But if you tell him,
you
it
are
makes
the
him a
mom.
softie.
You're supposed to love
What's
him.
the
For me,
difference?
I need to teach him life. I need him to know.
So I can't teach him life. I'm the softie one. My job is to just tell him I love you,
all
I
those
love you.
things, the softies and the things, then I'll tell him the hardies. All the hardies.
Really?
Yeah, what do you think?
Oh, I think you should tell him that you love him. You should express your love to
knows
him.
it. He knows
No,
it.
you shouldn't know. You should tell him.
Okay.
Whatever his name is, tell him, I love you. Anaya, I love you. Maka, I love you. Tell them that you love them. They should know that you love them. They shouldn't guess or assume when you buy them an iPad, they'll be like, Daddy bought me an iPad. I think he loves me.
love. They
No. Tell him that you love him. Tell them that. So I am the mom should be the one telling their sons that I love you. For example,
as
now
that.
the boys are dating.
Yep.
They'll be, I love you, Anaya. He'll be out with her girlfriend. They'll be like, his girlfriend will be like, hello, Anaya, how are you? I love you. And then the girlfriend will be like, oh, your mom is weird. Why is she always saying that I love
like
you?
if I call him, then I say, I love you, Anaya. That's like too weird, girl. Even you yourself, it's just completely out of this world. I just don't know. I'll ask him one day.
And your daughter is out with the boyfriend.
I'll ask him, Anaya, do you want me to tell you I love you? You see, even himself, he knows that it's just different.
Maka, don't you want your dad to tell you that he loves you? 50-50.
No, I tell them that I love them. I tell them. I think the other day I actually told them I love you.
I think
I love you guys. They know that I love them. But
I used to say that when we were growing up, when we were youths, girls, we had our youth leader. I won't say them by name. Maybe they won't like it. We had a mom and a dad. They loved us so much when we were growing up from church. They used to hug us and kiss us on the cheeks and say, I love you, Wangai. I love you, so and so. I love you. I don't want you, when you go out there and then a guy tells you that, Wangai, I love you. And then you'll be like,
That's what I'm telling you.
Wait, let me finish. Then you get goosebumps. You'll be like, a guy told me that he loves me. So this is special. This is something new. I've never been told that I'm loved. So I'm special. And then Anaya goes out there and then someone told him, a man told him, Anaya, I love you. You're a good boy, whatever. And then you'll be like,
beat that man big time. Instantly. Always that guy telling him I love you.
No, maybe it's a pastor from church. Or maybe someone from school, a lecturer will be like, Anaya, you're a very good boy. I really like you. I really love you. You're a good boy. I love you so much.
There's some levels to it. For a daughter. I understand. My daughter.
Why? What's the difference?
Yeah, because I just don't know. I would try to think why.
So, Adora, you can tell her that you love her. I can tell
any day, because the last thing that I want is just for another guy coming from somewhere and then telling, I love you, Adora. No, she should know that Daddy loves me, Mommy loves me. She has heard that word before. It's okay for her. But for Anaya, that word is coming from another girl out there.
No, he should know that we love you.
That's why I'm telling you
so
as
that
a mom,
when the girl told him, like now it's
girl.
nothing new. I've been loved before.
You represent that girl to Anaya, and I represent that boy to Adora. Simple as that. Is that not a good deal?
No. You should. I think you should tell him. Maybe you might not do it as often as I do. Not always, but you should tell him that you love him. He should know that Daddy loves me.
I'll tell him I love you, Anaya.
Oh my goodness.
I did. That's the last thing.
You're so crazy. What's wrong with you? You're like those old fathers.
I am those
like,
old fathers.
Oh my gosh.
No
Guys,
funny tricks,
please,
no playing around.
Let us know how you feel about this. Our fathers not supposed to tell their teenage sons that they love them. Why?
I need to show them life, that life is not about love.
Life is about love.
Would throw you up and down and, take you the other side and, beat you up. Then I would tell, I love you, Anaya.
So if Anaya comes to you and say, Daddy, I love you, are you going to be baffled? Are you going to be shocked?
I won't be shocked, boss. He's not going to come. He's not going to... He's not even going to come and say...
Have you ever told him that you love him? Have you ever told your dad that you love him?
You would never say that. He will not.
Anen is always saying that. The little boy is always saying that.
And then he used to say that himself even.
But now he's too old to be
he's
saying
too
I
old
love you.
to do that, yeah.
Oh
He's
my
at that
gosh,
stage where
you
he knows
guys.
it's now about life.
Okay, let's go to number 2. Oh my goodness.
On a serious note, just tell them you love them. It's
Yeah. Mom, dad, whatever.
Yeah,
Tell them. What if you're a single dad?
Yeah.
Kids need to be loved. They need to feel the love. They need to know that their parents
But
love
you
them.
know, one thing that's actually most important is not necessarily what you say. Like even sometimes I can tell you I love you, but maybe it's not even coming from my heart. The most important or the most practical way is just to actually show them physically, practically.
How?
Just by the actions that you do, the way that I treat him, the way that I speak to him, the way that I teach him things, the way that I show him life.
I know sometimes,
that's will show him more love than me just say I love you and
I know there are some moments when you do something for me, I'll be just like, I love you too. You without even telling me that you love me, but what you did, the action that you did or whatever, it will just tell me that I'm loved. Yeah, but still it has to be said.
Okay, I'll try.
Okay, number 2 says, my husband says he doesn't like makeup, but he's always looking at the slay queens on social media.
For me, I don't look at this, the slay queens. But for me, actually, I like makeup. But there are some times that I just like you naturally because I've seen you with makeup, I've seen you without makeup, and I'm comfortable with both the two use. There is some time when like the makeup gets to be too much to the extent that, I can't even really tell, is it my wife or this like someone completely different? So I just still want to know you so that like when I wake up in the morning, that's the same person that I'm seeing. I don't want like I don't want any
You'll be shocked.
to be shocked to say, who's this person that I am with?
Imagine you go to a honeymoon with someone.
Imagine the
she'll
following
be all
days,
dolled up, and then when you wake up in the morning, it looks like she looks like your brother.
Yeah, I have always told you I'm just like the natural you. Even with your natural hairstyle, I don't mind it.
But let's help this sister who is saying that her husband says he doesn't like makeup, but he's always gawking at those slay queens and everything, and those people doing makeup. Sometimes you actually catch him looking at makeup tutorials.
Really? So probably the reason why he doesn't like makeup is the way you are applying the makeup yourself.
Exactly.
Is it you're applying the right way or you're just like looking like a ghost? Because there are ways that you don't even know your shade. I don't know if that's the right name.
Yeah, that's
you
it.
don't know like your correct shade. You don't know how it's supposed to look at you. On you. So you end up just doing anyhow. You say, I'm wearing makeup. But when your husband looks at you, and sometimes I can't really tell you that one guy, you're looking like a ghost because probably it's going to escalate into a different, challenge that you're going to have. So I'll just say, I don't like makeup because I know the way you are having it or the way you are putting it on. It's not probably, maybe it's just messing up even when you're wearing nice clothes, white clothes. It's now all over the place, your face, and it's just not like, coming up. So I'll just prefer the natural.
But do you know that those slay queens, most of them, they don't do their own makeup. They've got people who do their makeup.
So if you want, tell me, baby, get me some makeup.
Yeah, exactly. So sometimes it's like you said before, that sometimes it's not the woman is not doing a makeup, she's doing mess up.
Yeah, imagine.
She's doing the wrong thing and everything, the wrong shade and everything. Everything is just wrong. So the guy is looking at tutorials to be able to say, but how do they come to that? How can I help my wife to get to reach to that? So he ended up saying that I don't like makeup because the way it has been done, the way she has been doing it, it's not right. But if you are a man who actually cares about your woman, you wanted to look like those slay queens, you wanted to look like those people you see on TV or whatever. Now there are makeup studios.
Yeah.
You take your wife to a makeup studio. There are those professionals who do her makeup, and then they will show her the kind of shade that is right for her, where to get the makeup. But some of these makeups, if they are not the right one, if they are imitations and everything, you put it on it to just look like, I don't know. Yeah. So it has to be the right shade, the right makeup. So my brother, take her to this makeup studio, babe. Maybe do it when you're birthday. Don't do it randomly or say like you don't know how to do makeup. Do it the proper way. Bring the thing to her in a nice way, because if you do it rudely, she will probably won't go to the studio, or she'll become even worse on her birthday, on a special occasion. It's Valentine's Day coming up, so I thought maybe before we go out for dinner, I heard that there's this makeup studio. I want to take you there. And my sister, be forthcoming also. It's okay. I like a man who actually tells you what he likes and what he doesn't like. It makes life easier. When your man comes to you and say, I want to take you to this makeup studio so that you can be dolled up. And like, so how did you know about the makeup studio? Is she your girlfriend? You want your girlfriend to do my makeup? Hey, what? Like, no, it's okay. Just go to the makeup studio, learn. Allow yourself to be dolled up. Allow your man to spend on you, whatever. Some men say they don't like nails. Maybe the way they are being put, the shade, the color, whatever it is. Every man wants their woman to look nice, whether with or without makeup. There are men who actually do not like makeup. Like my brother, like when the lips are too red, he was like when we were growing up, makeup was associated with prostitution. When we're growing up, when you see someone with lips, the red lipsticks, we know that she's a prostitute. But I was telling him that now things are different. Things have changed. Women used not to wear trousers. Even here, when you watch all those old movies, when you're a woman, when you're seen wearing pants, you're going to be in trouble. But things are changing. Things are changing. So you have to adapt, adjust, and be able to accommodate these new things. We're not saying that go all the way or put all those lashes like that or whatever. But also look up. Every man wants a woman to look nice. But the way you do it, the way you bring it about, the way you say it. Why can't you be like so and so? We are in church, we are out on couples, we're like, can you see it? Why can't you be like her? I'm like, really? Like her? And then I'll do even worse. I'll shave my head and do crazy stuff. So whatever it is that you want your man to do or you want to do, put it right. And
there's a dish, like for example, it's cooking, like a meal, for example. If it's cooked differently, probably you are just going to say this is the worst dish. Like, let's say mubora, for example. If that, mubora is cooked differently, you might even, resent it or not want to see it ever again. But if it's prepared nicely and the way it should be with those tomatoes and everything, you will say, I've never eaten so a nice vegetable like this. So it's all about how it's prepared, how that makeup is made and everything. If that sister of ours goes to a makeup artist, probably just save some money by themselves and then maybe get someone to do that makeup, for them. The husband will even forget them. He will say, I want you to be looking like this.
I thought you said you don't want them to forget their wife.
Because
I know what you mean.
Yeah, they just need to do it in such a way that it actually looks nice on them.
It can make a natural
shade,
look that is
natural
nice
look and everything. It will just make you look nice. It covers all those other blemishes and stuff like that. It makes you look, splendid. So it's just important to make sure you get that right every time.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, number 3. Oh my goodness. I really want to get into politics, but my wife says it's a no-go. She says it's risky and dangerous and might affect my walk with God.
This one, I'm actually very biased because that person will be like my friend, because I also like to be in politics like that.
But your wife doesn't like it.
My wife doesn't like it. But what I can actually tell that guy's wife is to say, for example, the current political situation or political challenges that we're actually having, let's say in your country or wherever, I don't know from which country they come from, but the current political challenges and situation that they are facing is because there are people that their wives, like the wife that he has, have stopped them to enter politics. But those people that have a passion for politics are probably the people who have actually the right decisions and the right mindset and the right, ideas that can change the situations in different countries. So if you are a wife and you see your husband is that kind of a passion, allow him to experiment and see how it goes. Probably he's going to be the person who's going to change your situation. And probably if it was me, it was you, if you had allowed me into politics, probably we would be back home in Zimbabwe, making things happen there and everything. So I just feel like, as a wife, try to find a way of supporting your husband in that passion of his, because you never know maybe it's got the solutions that the world is looking for?
Personally, like she said, that it will affect his walk with God. Because I've seen a lot of politicians compromising, cutting corners and doing all sorts of things. There's a lot of compromising that happens when it comes to politics. One. Two, the greatest fear that I have when it comes to politics, I know God will protect us. I know you can die even when you're working, wherever you are working. But people in politics, most of them, especially in Africa, they use juju, they kill each other. Like you were discussing with your friend the other day, like someone had potential. People could see that this guy will go far, will do great things in politics, whatever. And which the disease was created for him, and he died, he passed away. So as much as we know that God will protect us and everything, those are my two fears. You grow away from God, and especially, let's say you don't compromise your Christianity, you do everything right, you campaign right, you respect yourself, you don't sleep around, you don't do anything, you do everything by the book. And then those who compromise, those who do whatever they do, they will be threatened. They might not use juju, they might even get you shot, get you killed, because they are threatened. So politics is a very dirty, dirty game that when you decide to get into it, you have to be very, very, very strong in your Christianity. And I don't know, it's like becoming a pastor. When you decide to become a pastor, it's no longer just your life. You no longer live your only life. Yeah. When you're casting out demons and everything, you're praying for people. Those things, if you're not too strong, they'll come after you. They'll affect your family. They'll affect people around you. It takes a lot to be in ministry. It takes a lot to be in politics. So I know you probably say now there's no risk everywhere. There's risk even if you're working in offices. Anything can happen. But there are some jobs like, becoming a soldier. You are in the forefront of the fire. You know that I can die anytime. That is the same with politics. That's why I don't like politics.
So, what happens? I think you mentioned also that it can affect your Christian walk. Definitely, sometimes it does. But what I want you to understand is that even before, long time ago, like if you read the Bible and everything, you find out that politics or politicians or the church was actually the one running the politics and running the government and everything.
But how did those people die? How did it?
So now I want to go to that situation that you are saying that, it's a dirty game. The reason why it's dirty is because the people that are now there or that are now entering politics are those people that are now not maybe agreeing, are not having their wives, refusing them to go to politics, or actually encouraging them, go. And those people are going there with wrong motives. And those people are going there trying to do something that is completely wrong. So already they'll put some barriers to entry for those right people that are going, that want to enter politics. If you look at other countries with good democracies and everything, you find out that politics are actually good. You find out someone can actually speak to the president openly and tell them some wrong things they are doing and everything, and the president will respond and everything, and nothing happens to that person. But in other areas, in other countries, you find out that there are some barriers to entry, that you are not even free to say what you feel. You are not even free to do what you want to do, because there are people who are already in there that are trying to make it difficult for those people that have good ideas to enter that stage, because they know if this person enters, he's going to chase away all these other people, because some of those people, they're just in there for corruption. They're just in there for their own selves. So those people who are in there for corruption and for their own selfish reasons, they are the ones that are making it look like it's actually a dirty game, because they are doing dirty things inside politics. But under normal circumstances, if you look at other countries, other developed countries, other countries that are like well up, that are doing good, is because they actually have good politicians. Someone, goes to school for politics, or someone has a passion, someone is a good leader. Then they decide, okay, I need to also enter into politics to help and everything. And things change, things happen. But for us now, those people with all those good ideas, those people with all those, that are well up to know what needs to be done, They are now afraid because they know if I enter there, right now maybe I'm a doctor, or right now I'm a businessman, or right now I'm doing what I'm doing. But if I decide to enter into politics, probably someone, like those guys who are already there are not gonna be happy about this.
And they'll
And
make up
they'll
things
make up
about you
things
and
about me,
that are
they'll
not
chase
even
me,
there
they'll make it
to
difficult
make
for
sure
me.
that you don't get
So
enter.
at the end of the day, I will just say, let me just keep my distance.
Because like you say that you want to make it, there's 95 corrupt politicians already in office, and there's only 5 of you who are good, who are trying to make a change. You do you think those 95 will let you change things and whatever? It's like you're a drop of water in a big ocean. Do you think that you can just wake up in one day and then things are changed because of 5 good people out of 95 corrupt politicians? How can we change that? How can we fix that? How can we make Christians and noble people comfortable to join politicians, to become politicians?
So what happens is that for them to get to that 95, they started maybe at 10, they became 11, 12 until they get to 95. They were just adding, consistently until they get there. So let's start like with that brother of ours that actually is good and wants to, enter into politics. And that wife of theirs allows them to say, go there, change the scenario. Then from the 5 that you are saying, now they are 6. The next time they are 7. The next time they are 8. Then eventually the other, maybe they'll realize, actually this change is coming and it's not going to change. They need to also change the culture and whatnot and whatnot. Nothing is permanent always. So there's always an opportunity, to change that situation one way or the other.
So yes, my sister, you can let your husband go and join politics, but mine is not going. I'm not letting. It's okay, my sister. Let yours go, but mine,
no.
you are not doing politics. No, it's not happening. No.
Never say never.
No, it's too risky. It's
Sometimes
too dangerous.
politics will do me, and you're saying, "Oh, you're not doing politics," because what you don't know is if you don't get yourself involved in some of these things that are happening, those things will
Change will never
involve
come.
they will involve themselves in you, and you realize that like right now we are here in the diaspora. Under normal circumstances, we'll just be chilling back home in our home country. But because situation was not conducive and everything, not like we're running away, but because we couldn't make ends meet there
For the kids, especially.
for the kids and everything, our situation was not good. There are some people who are on the ground who are
Economic
making it. Yeah,
constraints, yeah.
they have different, circumstances, people, but for us, it wasn't working out.
Yeah.
So we had to figure out another way around. So you find out that there are a lot of other people who are in similar situation. They will just decide to see. So if you ignore it and you say, like right now, maybe I will say, I'm not gonna go and vote because it's not gonna change anything. The moment you say that, you're actually allowing those other people that we're talking
Maybe
about.
that one vote was going to make a difference.
Those are the people that we're talking about, that they want the situation to remain like that. They are just going to go in their numbers and make sure they vote. And those people, sometimes they'll vote like in their numbers and they are voting for the wrong thing. So you need to make sure you just remain involved, no matter the situation, no matter how difficult it is. Even if you see, like, the end of the tunnel is not clear at all, just keep on, chasing it out. One day, you never know. One day.
Okay. All right. Okay, number 4. I have 2 teenage kids.
Okay.
And I remarried. Should one of my kids or my current husband get the power of attorney over my assets, money and assets?
Yeah, it's a complicated issue in a bit, but it's not that complicated also, because if you actually love the person that you actually married, I don't think there's anything wrong, because that person also would say, "You are my power of attorney," and you would say, "You are my power of attorney." And but I think, like what we mentioned last in our last episode, you probably need a will. If you are not sure things are going to happen the way you want it, get like your will in place. How much will your husband get? How much are your teenage kids get, and stuff like that. But as in to say, because I think the question is, should I trust my husband or should I trust my kids? It's up to you really, because you know this person, you are the one who fall in love with them, you are the one who married them. So if you actually married them in good faith, you should be able to trust them in everything that you do really.
Yeah, we wouldn't know because now she remarried.
Yeah.
We don't know what happened with the first brother, so we cannot blame her for being skeptical and
Yeah.
for not trusting the husband, because
Oh
we
yeah.
don't know what happened, the
What happened?
situation that happened with the first husband. And also, um working in the health sector, I've seen people, a guy, the wife gave the power of attorney to the daughter, but the daughter doesn't even stay there. The daughter is not even there in the picture to help him, to assist him, or to do stuff for him. It's the husband who is there. He does all the work. He takes care of her and everything and whatnot. So I don't know when she made that decision, what she was thinking or whatever. But when you look at it now, the way the daughter acts and everything, you'll be like, why did she even put her? So, like you said, that it's a matter of trust, how you trust each other. I believe that if you seek a counsel from lawyers,
Mm.
they could give you a way, they could make it in a way that even if your husband decides to leave you, whatever, they will not have access to take that man away with them, or to do anything with sinister, or to use your money anyhow. So I think it's better to seek out counsel, to
Mm.
look for a lawyer. Okay, I want to make this decision. I have my keys. He's old enough to be able to access the money and help me and give it to me when I need it, when I'm incapacitated, or when I cannot use it or anything. But I also have a husband. I remarried. I experienced disappointment before, or maybe my husband passed away before and everything, whatever. But I'm skeptical. But I trust my husband. What if he changes mind? And I don't blame him. I don't know. I don't trust you. Because maybe tomorrow you
Yeah.
just see someone, or your work wife, and then you decide, no, we want to go and
So
live in Barbados. So
that same feeling that you have, should I also not trust you?
no, no,
So you
wives are
say,
good. Wives are
you
good
see,
people.
now it's
We are
different.
we are good
So you
people.
just need to know that when you get married to someone, when you are in love with someone, just trust is just what bring that relationship. If that trust is not there, I think maybe try to find
We were talking
something else.
today in a family group. I,
Mm,
I I shared this video about a woman who was in a man became sick. He was
mm,
in an accident.
mm,
He became ill, and then he couldn't access his phone or use this phone. He was unconscious,
mm, mm.
and the woman didn't have any password to his phone or to the account. They have money, they've got savings, but only the husband, they've got access to the money. Only him can access the money, which is very wrong. And then we're discussing, and others were saying that women cannot be trusted. Women cannot be trusted. Some people have got wrong motives when they're entering in your relationship. You decided to marry someone and bring them in your house and make them part of your family, make them your the mother of your children. Then you do not trust them with money.
Imagine
You think that they've got an ulterior motive. I don't think that that person is supposed to be in your house, sleeping in your house and everything, cooking for you and sleeping in you, and being your wife, if you don't trust them enough to. Now you are incapacitated. We cannot access money.
is
How are we
all
going to how
about
are we going to get to be helped? You
marriage is
need
all about
an
trust.
agent surgery. But for you to be able to, for it to be done,
Mm.
we have to pay. But I don't have access to the money.
Marriage is all about trust. If you can't trust your partner, then there's no marriage there. First, you need to work on that trust. Find
So
why
do you
what is
think those
causing
those
that
people who have
trust.
got those alimonies, whatever you call them, they do not trust their partners,
Most of the
or they're
time,
just
yes.
safeguarding?
Most of them is because they
Imagine
don't
you
trust
are a
that person.
billionaire
Mm.
and you just married me. You
Yes,
you give me access to all your money.
that's the issue now because first I need to find out your real motive, like what you were saying. Are you there for the
How
love?
do you know that it's how do you become to
It
know my
just
real
depends.
motive?
When you're living
You
with
love me,
someone,
I love you, and
you,
everything. We get married. How,
if
how are you gonna know my motive?
if you like for
What if
you,
I'm
mm,
gonna change after I'm in your life? How do you know?
you can't maybe absolve yourself from all that in the future. It can actually happen. People can actually change after you get married with them. We've seen it playing out there. But what you need to understand is, if you trust someone and you just love them, eh, that will be your basis for that relationship. But if you cannot trust them, maybe you don't need to do that relationship. And also, like what you said, those prenups and everything, they're actually there because that person is entering there. and they don't not trusting the person. They are actually they are saying, maybe we're going to divorce.
Man changes people.
Yes,
Or
we're going
no,
to
we don't
divorce
say
in
they
future.
changes people,
Mm,
but it reveals true colors
yes.
of people.
Mm.
So
Because
you
most
never
of these
know.
relationships where you find the prenups happening is because those people they actually know that we are just players, but we know this relationship. If we come together as this couple A and couple B, we are going to be a strong team out there, like in the public and everything. So they are actually coming in there
Mm.
knowing already
For the
that
wrong
this is
reasons.
a deal. We are
All
actually
right, it's a
making
business deal.
it's a business deal
It's not
because
about
we know,
love.
yes, we know if we the two of us are together,
The following is gonna grow.
we are going to be big people. We are going to be massive.
Wow.
So they actually, have these, deals that they sign
Wow.
before they get into that relationship.
Wow.
But on a normal relationship, normal marriage, because you're going to work together, make
Mm.
that money together and whatnot. So it's all your money. So even if you decide to separate 50-50, you go separate ways.
Okay. Number 5. Is there anything wrong with our children having a favorite parent between the two of us?
Why would they find a favorite parent? It means maybe there's someone who's not like maybe disciplining them and then leaving to the other person to do the disciplining, and then they end up thinking that person who's actually disciplining them is just the bad person, and the other one who just let them, have it or let them, do whatever they want to do is the is the good one. So you have to make sure you as parents you're actually speaking in the same language in that house. Whatever you decide, whatever you say, should just be all in the same language, in the same way, in the same manner. So, whatever, if the wife says no, the husband should say no. Not to say, like, if I say no, then you will go again. You say, okay, I no, just don't listen to daddy. It's okay. Then you find out that they are going to be favorites. But if you are actually speaking in the same voice, same language, everything, you find out that the kids will just respect you as that, that our parents they don't tolerate this, they like this. Okay, if they say no, it's a no. You don't have to go behind, your daddy's back or your mom's back to get a different answer. They are just one person.
The other day our daughter was asking me, was like, who is your favorite child between the three of us? I was like, I don't have a favorite child, but you guys are different people.
Mm,
You're different people for different reasons. You are a girl, they are boys. He's 16, he's 4, he's 5. Mutori one makatosiyana. You are different people altogether. So I love you
mhm.
and I treat you according to your personalities.
Okay.
I treat you the way you handle yourself, the way you bring yourself to me.
Mhm.
That's how I'm going to treat you. But it doesn't mean that I love you any less. If you are good for myself, I believe in the reward system. If you are good and everything, you listen to me, whatever, it's easy for me to give you things, to do things for you, because you always listen to me, you always respect me when I ask you to do something. But sometimes if you are rude and everything and you come to me for something, it's hard for me to easily release something for you, and you end up thinking maybe mom favors so and so.
Mm.
So
Yes.
it's very important to
Mm.
make your kids understand that no, there's no favoritism, we are just different people. And also, I wouldn't say that a favorite parent, but I think that our children, they've got one parent that they are closer to, or they are more comfortable talking to, saying things to. They know that if I talk to mom about this, mom understand better. If I talk to dad about this, dad will understand better. I will not think that Anaya, you favors Anaya, because whenever Anaya wants to ask about the Apple phone, whatever, the computers, he always goes to his dad, so his dad is favored. He knows that you understand that subject better. You know that about computers, about those things better. So sometimes kids, they'll go to the parent, they know that they'll understand better, that they know that they would get this subject better. And sometimes also it's all because you have got a soft spot. Adora will know that if I go to dad and ask for money, dad will easily give me money. It doesn't makes us like we are competing our kids, or we are trying to fight for their attention. But sometimes you just have a soft spot, or they know that if I need this, I go to mom. If I need, so we shouldn't be neglecting or hating our kids, or feeling any less loved by our kids because they prefer talking to a certain parent or to someone about a certain thing, to mom about certain things, or to dad about a certain thing. But when it comes to say then comparing and saying that I didn't get this from mom, I'm now going to dad. No, that becomes a problem. But sometimes it's just the subject that they want to talk about. So you'll be like, about this, maybe if I talk to mom will understand better. If I go to dad, dad will understand better, and all that and all that. So we wouldn't want to use the word favorite. Maybe if you say the one parent, one child is comfortable talking to this parent about certain subject and certain issues, that's okay. There's nothing wrong with that. But when it comes now to comparing and saying that dad is better or mom is better or whatever, no, that becomes a problem. But if he knows, they know in their head that, oh, it's about this, I'm going to dad. It's about this, I'm going to mom, because they know our strengths and weaknesses. They know that mom is strong on this side. That's my thinking. That's what I think. So, but I wouldn't say a favorite parent, but I would say maybe preferred concerning the subject matter.
In terms of like what you said, like as to what mom will know mostly and what they do know, that's fine. They can go to a different parent. But we want a situation where your kids are comfortable, in any subjects to discuss with mom or to discuss that subject with dad. Any situation, like maybe we don't want a situation where maybe something happens at school and they come home but they are not comfortable to speak to me. They want to wait for you and you are not there, and you take time maybe to come. Then they'll still be suffering, until you come. So we want them to be comfortable to say, like, when they come, when I'm there, Daddy, something is going on, I need to talk to you about this. Then they talk to me, then I understand, then I appreciate. Or they say they come to you, they talk to you about it, then you understand, and also you give them a solution. So we just want them to be comfortable with any parent.
Just for example, like you were saying that you as a dad, you need to teach our teenager the toughness of life. You need to teach him real life situations and everything and whatnot. He comes to you, he wants to pour out his heart. His heart has been broken. He has been dumped by a girlfriend and everything. And he comes to you, be like, be a man, be strong. What are you talking about? And then maybe our daughter comes to you and saying, daddy, I have a crush on this boy. When did you start dating boys? What are you talking about, boys? Hey, and everything. And then they'll be like, I think I have to go to mom. So as parents, let us be flexible. Talk to your child. Maybe you're not ready for our daughter to be dating to everything. Find the right approach, the proper approach to say, Adora, what is a crush? What do you mean when you have a crush on a boy? Do you just like him? You see now. So now he won't even come to you about the crushes and everything because you are being too tough. And I won't come to you. That says that I have to toughen up. So I can't tell him about my heartbreak and everything. So that's why sometimes kids will end up committing suicide. They end up going to seek help on social media and everything because you are trying to make him a man. You want him to toughen up. No, as a parent, sit down with your son. Okay, Anaya, you have been heartbroken. Oh, she said that. Everything. Talk about it. And if you are not comfortable with the subject alone, let's wait for your mom. We'll talk together with your mom because you know that I am strong in that subject. Let's sit down together. Let's talk about together. No, that go to your mother. Talk about those issues you talk about with your mother. And Adira comes to you, say, I'm not there. Maybe I'm busy. Like, before we used to be in different countries. There was a time you were with them in Middle East for 6 months. Imagine if Adora had started their periods then and I was not there. I'm like, Dad, I've started my periods. I don't talk about that. Hey, call your mother. I'm all the way in Europe and you are there and you're asking her to call me and everything. So you must be able to, as parents, let us be flexible. Let us be open because that's when kids will start picking sides. This is my favorite. This is my favorite. Because we are not open. We are not forthcoming. You don't want to tell your son, I love you because you want him to toughen up. So how can he open up about love matters and things like that if you want him to toughen up? You tell your child this is a girl's matter, go to your mom. How can she open up? How can she come to you? She doesn't even know what to say to dad and what not to say to dad. So whatever subject it is, when it's brought up, when your son comes with it, your daughter comes with it, just open up. If you're not well vexed, call your partner, call your wife. Let's sit down together. Let's talk about it without judging, without shouting and everything. Adora, what do you mean when you say you have got a crush? What is a crush? How do you feel about the boy? What do you want to do and everything? Teach her, talk to her about it and everything and whatnot without crushing and judging because that way they won't choose a parent or go to social media and do crazy stuff. Okay, now we're going to number 6. Is it okay to have a best friend or just a friend of the opposite sex especially when you're married or in a serious relationship.
When you say actually best friend, that can be complicated. The best friend that you should have
You
should just
said
be your
best friend
wife.
or just a friend.
Just a friend, I think it's all right. But best friend should be your wife or should be your husband. Because when you are saying best friend, this is someone you share with pretty much everything. The same way you were just sharing with your best friend before you got married. That's a best friend. You share everything, you talk about everything. You know, when you are home, you miss that person, you want to go to their house, you or they are coming to your house, and you know, that's a best friend. But just having just a friend or who you talk to, and also don't advise it also if you're actually married to have that kind of a friend of the opposite sex, and unless is that is the like the friend to you as a couple, you and your wife have to share that friend, not to say one guy has a boyfriend somewhere out there that is not a friend to me, that can say I want to go and see my friend. Already that, just me saying it, you can feel it that this is not right. But if it's someone you say, oh no, no, so and so is coming, they come to our house or we are going to their house, so it's a friend to the family. That way it is actually, no, no, not a problem. But to have me to just have another girl that I say, this is my friend one guy, meet my friend. No, 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 that's not cool, because unless I introduce that person to you and they become your friend as well, then we are friends with that person. I think that can be something that can be easy to work with.
Okay. I like that song that JT sang
Mm.
when you were saying that the guy was it was in the bestie. The guy was with the bestie. This is my bestie. Your girlfriend be coming to you, be like, this is my bestie. Those bestie are the ones who are eating everything, who are enjoying all the good things.
Yeah.
Especially when you are dating, your girlfriend is always coming to you with these bestie boys and everything. And you're in a serious relationship and she's like, that's my bestie. Your boyfriend be coming to your bestie. Wow.
Those besties are just like,
I don't trust them. I
they
don't trust
destroy
them.
stuff,
There are
because what
people.
happens is you go to your boyfriend and maybe your boyfriend doesn't do exactly what you wanted, they say, or they do something, you come back crying, you run to your bestie,
Bestie,
you know what
oh
they did. Bestie will be
bestie,
like, come on baby,
come here,
come
come
on,
to me,
don't
come to
worry
me,
about this
bestie,
person.
come to me.
He is crazy, that guy.
And yeah,
Don't worry
you know,
about
like
his.
you're saying, they're just
Yeah.
people we are waiting around in case
They
things get messed
most of
up,
the
and they
time.
actually make
Yeah.
the situation conducive for them to be able to get the chance
most
to
of the
get in the
time
picture.
most of the time what happens is actually is that you would have I've come to you as a boyfriend, then I say, I want you, okay, I love you so much, then you will say, no, we can't, because already maybe I'm in a serious relationship, or I
Just
just don't
put him on
feel
the
it, and
side.
I'll
You
say,
like,
no,
you can be
but you can be
bestie.
my friend.
You can be my
You're
friend. Just putting him
then
on the
because
side.
I know I like you, I love you, I'll always be working so hard to make sure I please you in every area and every time, to the extent that I'll do as much as I can, whatever it is that I need. Yeah.
Like you say that even for that girl to fully give her all into that relationship, to fully concentrate into that relationship, it becomes hard because she has got a plan B.
Yep.
So
Yep.
for that boy to concentrate fully and to respect that relationship that they are in fully, it will be hard because he always know that I have a plan B.
Yes,
I've got
yes.
somewhere waiting out there. And then about you, what you said about you bringing your work friends out there, bringing your friends out there and trying to make them my friends. How did you meet that friend, and what made you friends with that girl or that woman, whatever? And now you are coming to me, to her, selling it to me, saying, Vaughn, this is my friend, so you should be friends with
So,
her.
what happens is that you can make a friend with anyone at any given time. That is very possible. And you can't avoid it maybe sometimes. But even though I don't want to have a friend like of the opposite, but
Is it hard to get a gun?
what I'm just saying is things can actually happen that you can actually find someone who you can click with, even for you at your workplace. You'll probably find someone, and it happens to be a guy.
Bestie.
Not a bestie. Like I told you, bestie is me. But that person that you can actually say, okay, you understand each other, you can talk about things and everything, but not personal things. You can actually, if there's nothing wrong with that. I don't. For me, I don't mind at
What
all.
kind of things will you be talking about that
Just
you cannot
things
talk,
about life,
talk
about
with
business. I
me?
can talk to you about it, but it's I will talk to also that person. Maybe it's business, it's work and stuff like that. But for me, not to just have that relationship with that person alone, just the two of us, that's when I would just say, let me introduce them to my wife. Then whenever I want to have that conversation or whatever, we do it together and you are there and everything. Makes everything transparent and clear. So that you don't like say, I'm going to see my friend. Then that friend is a girl. It cannot be. But if that friend who is a girl is here, we can just chill at home and maybe watch Netflix and chill.
You know, when I was still in high school, it was okay. My closest friend was actually a boy when I was in high school. You remember we went to his wedding in Marondi and everything when we were married
So
and
you
everything.
took me to your boyfriend's wedding?
No, he was never my boyfriend. I never saw him like that, and I never saw him like that. He was just like a brother to me. So but when we were dating, when I was still young and in high school, yeah, you can have even a bestie who is a boy or a girl of the opposite sex because you're not yet. But when you become married, I know sometimes I'm at work. There are some people you just start a conversation and the conversation goes on and on. You keep on talking. Maybe you're studying, you are doing your PhD. You meet someone, a lady who we have got the same thinking as you do. But I'm okay. I'm not bothered. If you talk to someone, I know you've got your work friends, whatever. I talk to them. I'm comfortable with them. But you know, the problem becomes when you come to me. You come to me and then you tell me that you've got a friend, or there's someone that you want to be a friend, someone that you talk to and everything. But when I tell you that I'm not comfortable with that friend, and then you don't listen, because us women have got instincts. Okay. I can tell that this person is purely platonic. It's just friendship. They want to talk. I can tell. You know, I don't shut everyone out. For example, that friend of yours, the other one, I let you talk to her and everything. I'm not bothered and everything. Because I can tell that, no, this is just platonic. This is just a friend and everything. But when there's someone else, and then I tell you, no, this one I'm not comfortable with. Because I can see that they've got ulterior motives. Their mind is not about just being friends. They're actually trying to get into you. They're trying to get a chance with you. So it's very important to create those boundaries. And when your partner tells you that I'm not comfortable with you and this person being friends, listen to your partner and cut them off. Okay. Cut them off completely. So if I come to you and you see me with someone being friends and everything, and you feel you can see that there's an ulterior motive, I cut them off completely.
You're not supposed to have any of those friends.
But you do. You have those kind of friends.
Yes, I'm dead, yeah.
You're dead. You're dad. So you are allowed to have those kind of friends.
Because I can analyze and see.
Men are the worst in seeing that a woman is after them, not just for friendship, but for something more. You guys are the last people to see. Everyone in the office will see that there's something going on here. In the community, everyone will see, but you'll be the last one to know that this woman is actually after my heart, after my marriage. You'll be the last one to know that. So as for men, as women, we can tell that, this guy has got an ulterior motive. We can tell, we can see. So if there's people to be allowed to have opposite sex friends, it's us women. Okay. Because we can tell, we can navigate, we can sense that, this guy is going beyond this. But you guys, you men, you can't tell the difference. You cannot tell if this woman is after that. So like we said, boundaries are very important. Yep. Socialize, talk to someone, whatever, go for drinks, whatever. It's fine. But if and the most important thing is to let your partner know. Okay. You have got someone you talk to, you feel comfortable talking to and everything. Let your wife know, there's this person that I work with in the office. We're good at, she covers for me and everything. She helps me and everything. We are good and everything. So and so, her name is so and so. So what you talk to me about it and everything. You can tell that this is just purely platonic. This is just a work thing and everything. Tell you what. But if you say that you have got a friend of the opposite sex and you hide them from your partner, automatically that's not a friendship. There's more to that. There's something wrong with that if you have to hide that friendship from your partner. And that's not friendship. You are dating. That's what I think. All right. Number 7. Whatever we plan or discuss, my partner, husband, always say, I need to ask my mom's opinion first before we finalize.
Yeah, that person is not yet married. That's just the simple answer to that. That person is not yet married. Because once you get married, the word of God actually says, you leave your father and your mother and you cling to your new person, and you become one flesh. So the moment that you are still uh, having to consult, there's nothing wrong for getting wisdom and everything, but when she's saying that for everything she goes to the mom and everything goes to the mom, no, I don't think that will be right, because that will mean the mom is still running things in that relationship. And the mom actually, they need to back off a little bit, allow their son maybe just to make decision. Probably they'll make wrong decision, but they'll learn from them. Because imagine when the mom is no longer there, maybe the mom passes on, that boy is gonna be devastated. He's gonna feel like the world is crashed on him, because the person that he will go to for any decision that he needs to make is no longer there. So it's very important that as a mom, you're a mom, make sure you just, maybe when you see your son is grown up, allow him to make the decision. Then you correct him, or maybe you help him out. Maybe he sees the mistakes, he sees the wrong things that he's doing. And when he gets married, actually, just allow also the wife also to have their place. Because the last thing is that you want is just for the wife, that young girl to always be stressed and worried, to say, I can't say anything to my husband, because he will still need to listen to his mom at the end of the day.
Yeah, I think it's a threesome. I
Imagine.
think
Mm,
he's married to the mom and everything.
mhm.
He's a mama's boy,
Yeah.
which is not right. I always pray that I love my sons,
Mm,
but I don't want to be that kind of mother-in-law who is hated by the daughter-in-law because maybe I'm too close to my son or everything. I'm too
yeah.
clingy or whatever. What I would want when my son gets married is for him to bring me closer to his wife,
Yeah.
like those discussions that we used to have and everything, those phone calls that we used to have and everything. He should be able to bring me and his wife closer, and then we'll be discussing those things and everything. He should find a way to bring me closer to his wife and everything, so my that his wife is comfortable. She'll be the one calling me, "Hi mommy, how are you? How is everything? Oh, so your grandchild is coughing and this, what should we do? Oh mommy, we wanted to go to Barbados or Dubai, but I'm not sure which way to go." He should find a way. He should be strategic about it. And then he'll be like, "Oh mom, hold on,
Mm.
talk to Anaya and everything and all that," because I don't it's the last thing that I want for
Yeah.
my daughter-in-law to hate me, or for me to come between them, or for my son to be put between me and
Yep. Yep.
my daughter-in-law. So it's very important to make sure that I also myself, I win my son off me when
Mhm.
he get married. We used to plan together. Yes, before he's married, I am his mom. I discuss how he spends his money and everything. You should save Anaya. You should buy a house. You should buy a car. Whatever we discuss, he's used to that. You cannot blame him for needing time to win himself off the mom. But you should do it the right way. Don't be like, "Ah, why are you always talking? You're a mama's boy. You're
Once
always
you
talking to
get
your mom and
married,
everything." So
immediately.
he is equally responsible for breaking away, and I am, as a mom, I am equally responsible for making sure that I win him off and tell, Anaya, my son, now that you're married, when
Yeah.
it comes to your finances and everything, you discuss with with your wife, and make decisions with your wife. And then what those phone calls that we used to do, I want to be able to talk to my daughter-in-law and everything and whatnot. I want to be able to get the phone from my daughter-in-law to talk to you once I've spoken to my daughter-in-law first, to create the, because we don't want this chain of mothers-in-laws and daughters-in-law that don't like each other to keep on. I told myself that I want to be one of those mothers-in-law who's going to break that thing that says mothers-in-law and daughters-in-law that don't get along.
Mm.
I want to be in that group of mothers-in-law who's
Mm.
going to break that barrier
Yeah.
and break that thing of saying, my mother-in-law doesn't like me, your mom doesn't like me, Anaya, and then your mom doesn't like me. She's always, I don't want to be that kind. I've been praying since I held Anaya in my hands. I've been praying, God, when my son grows up, I don't want to be that kind of mother-in-law. I want to be a better mother-in-law. I want to be a mom to my daughter. And usually, sometimes when you are that kind of person, you are given the worst daughter-in-law. You're planning, you want to be a better mother-in-law, you're going to be given the worst, who just picky, who just look for things which are not even there. So sometimes probably it's not even like that. They don't even plan together, whatever. Maybe she just overheard him talking about, Mom, we are going to Hawaii for the holiday. Like they plan together. Maybe she's just that kind of person. Maybe psychologically, she told herself that she was told that mothers-in-law and daughters-in-law, they don't get along. So she already prepared and made a mind to think that she doesn't like me. She's doing this to me. Whatever I say, even if I say good morning to her, she'll be like, why is she saying good morning to me? So sometimes it's also on you, my young married sister. What makes you think that they're planning together? Have you tried to talk to your husband about it? Ah, babe, when we're discussing things, he actually says in your face that I need to go consult my mom. I need to go and talk to my mom first. It's a little bit weird. And if
They
it's
do
like
that.
that, then
Some people do that.
to actually tell you that I'm going to talk to
I
my mom.
actually heard a story where, like, I think the mother-in-law was actually staying outside, like in South Africa, and also the daughter-in-law also and the son, they're also in South Africa. Then they were building their house. They actually built their house and they finished it back home in Zimbabwe. So once they finished the house, the mother-in-law actually moved back from South Africa and went and stayed in the daughter-in-law's house. In that decision, they only discussed with the mother and
And the
the
son.
husband and the son. And now the mother even doesn't want, like, really to communicate with the daughter-in-law because she knows maybe the daughter-in-law would not approve because she was building that house for her and her husband, only to find that the mother-in-law is there's nothing wrong if the mother-in-law stays with you, but she then goes to your
Taking
bedroom.
over.
She takes over your house that you actually built to
Yeah.
say, we are building this so that we go there. So it's like you're building for the mom, but you're building for yourself, but you're actually building for the mom because she will not now move out of that house anymore. And
Yeah.
because they actually were just having that conversation with the son.
Yeah, the
So,
son
but
this
if you agree and say, okay, baby, mom wants to go back home to stay in our house, then you say, okay, that's okay, no problem, let's go and stay. Then we agree, then she goes and stays. But not for just to wake up. Maybe you are also planning something, but already she's there.
Yeah, I think the person who is responsible now is the son, is the
Yes,
husband who is
yes,
responsible.
yes.
Mom, I love you, but
Hmm.
I'm married now. So
Yeah.
if you need money, if you need anything, talk to your daughter.
Yes.
Talk to your
Mm.
daughter-in-law. She's the one you can talk to. Whatever you need,
Mm.
talk to
Mm.
her. So he's the one who's supposed to bring them together
Yeah.
and win himself off the mom and everything. Because sometimes the mom will be like, he's my son. And maybe probably by then you're always saying that you're gonna die first. Maybe by then you will be dead and I'll just be here. So it has been me and my kids all the time and everything. They're the people that I talk to, they're my go-to and everything. But now he's married, it's different. So you have to say, Mom, I love you, but I'm now married. I have a wife. So I discuss and plan with my wife. So if you need something, talk to your daughter, talk to your daughter-in-law about it, ask her about it and everything and whatnot. It's his responsibility and he has
Yep.
to do it
Mm.
right, no, without disrespecting his mom as well.
Yep. Yep.
Okay, number 8. My husband says my driving scares him, so he won't let me drive him, even though my job involves a lot of driving. But how come when people are selling second-hand cars, they state that it was woman driven as an advantage? So I don't get it.
See, it's interesting. So maybe let me start with why they were saying it was woman driven before.
Mm.
So what used to happen? Ladies were just known to be chilled, and whenever you meet like a lady driving on the road, most of the time, some of the ladies they just drive nicely. They don't rush it, and they don't rev it too much. Vroom, 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 like what you see. They don't drag race. Most of them, like that was the old days. These days is different. You see, all the ladies are the ones that are speeding too much out there. Before, you find out they just drive to work and back home. They park their car, then they come home, they drive. So that car, the mileage will be very low.
And
It will
usually
also be
some of them they didn't
driving.
even go to work, they were just
Yes,
going to do
so it
groceries
was
and
being
to the
driven
salon and go back
nicely
home.
and properly. But now it's different. But also, what you mentioned that your husband doesn't want you, to for you to drive. For me, the reason why maybe sometimes I might not, have you drive me when I'm with you is I just want to do things for you. I just want you to feel
When I'm
comfortable,
driving,
relaxed.
when I'm
and,
driving, you'll be holding on like this.
No, so you need to find out why, because probably
Why?
you are just
Why do
making that.
you hold on like that when I'm driving?
Maybe you're doing abrupt maneuvers, or you're just putting on the brakes.
But I'm a good driver.
You're a very good driver.
So why do you
That's
hold
why
on?
I allow you to drive me.
So why
because
do you
if you're
hold
not a good
on?
driver, I'm not used to not being like in control of the car.
Because
So
sometimes I see you
when I'm not-
braking the car.
So when I'm not in
driving,
control,
I see you.
I get a bit worried sometimes. So sometimes,
So
but
you're a control freak then.
not necessarily. I just feel like I'm not safe. You know.
What?
Not from you. Uh-uh. I'm just saying.
What?
I'm just saying. Listen to me. I'm just saying that for me, like I told you, the reason why I drive you most of the time is because I want you to relax and enjoy the ride.
But she actually wants to
enjoy
drive the husband, but the husband won't let her.
She should learn driving well.
Ah.
That's the reason why the husband said, he's not safe in that car.
But she's saying that she's a driver. She's a professional driver.
You can be a driver for 10 years. But the driving, that's why you see even on the road, the driver will be a driver for many years, but they've learned something that is wrong that they keep on doing for those 10 years, which is wrong. Maybe they are driving, or maybe when they are changing down, is you see the jags and everything. So you can be a driver for many years, but not get the art and the skill. So sometimes when you drive someone, then someone is not comfortable, but I'm comfortable with you. Don't worry.
No, you're not.
I am.
You said that there's a word you said. You said you don't feel safe. That's not nice. That's not nice.
No, I'm safe with you. I'm safe.
All right. I hope it has been enough. I think you should also see how he drives.
And try to learn.
And trying to learn from him as well. And then number 9. One more after this one.
Okay.
What are the things you must consider when choosing an area or a location to buy a house or a mortgage? The checklist. What should be on your checklist?
Yeah, most of the things that you just need to do the checklist is it a place where you want to stay? And also for me personally, what I'll be looking at first is the value of that area.
Okay.
Does it appreciate or does it depreciate? Is it reached its peak or what? So that's the first thing that I look at. Then also I will then look at maybe the schools. If my kids are still going to school, how far are they? And also maybe I'll see even like the local amenities. I don't know what you call them. How far are they? Are they close by? Can I easily go to the shops or do all the other things that I need to do? Where are the hospitals? Those kind of things. So those are the things that you need to look at. But nowadays, with all these vehicles and everything, so some of those things might not really matter. So what really matters mostly is the value of that place for me. Does it appreciate? Will I be able to get something out of it maybe in 5 years or in 10 years? Will I be able to earn something out of that, place that I'm deciding to get that house?
Also, it's safety. Is it
Yes,
safe
is it safe
in
also?
that neighborhood?
Yeah.
Especially for me, I don't like a crowded place where there's too many people and everything close to the road and everything. That's why I prefer the country, because I like quiet and a slow paced area to live in. Also, you must also consider your budget. Your budget to tell you where you're going to live and everything. So sometimes it's important to be patient, to raise your money until you have enough to buy where you want to live, because you have to consider also your future plans, what you plan on doing and everything. You have to consider a lot of things. So if you feel like I want to buy in the country, those big yards in the country, and I do not have enough money yet for the mortgage, just give yourself time. Be patient, raise enough money. Don't just say, I have 10,000. No, it's enough to buy a house in any neighborhood or wherever, and then you just buy it because you want, for the sake of saying, I have a mortgage now, I have a house now, in a place where you're not comfortable with and everything. I know you always say that for the first house, we can just buy something that is affordable and everything. And then for the second house, that when we can be picky and everything about the location and consider retirement and everything. But still, even for that first one, It should be in a good, conducive environment for your kids and everything, where they can get a bus. Maybe they're going to college. They need to commute. Maybe you won't be able to always take them to school all the time, or to college all the time. Is there a bus nearby where they can use if they, in case they need transport? There's a lot of things to consider.
Yeah.
So it's very important to make sure that you consider and you look into all that, and also your future plans.
The first thing, that you need to understand is, like, especially when you're talking about big things, like, for example, a house, there are a lot of spirits, there are a lot of things that can actually, cause you not to build a house. So the reason why I always say, like, maybe the first house that you need to build, don't worry much about anything. Just make sure you're building a house. So it doesn't matter where you're building it, because the moment you actually build that house, maybe in your local space, in a rural area or wherever, you actually say you build a house, then you actually start staying in. They said, we have built a house. This is our first house. You've actually broken a certain barrier, maybe, spiritually, if you understand, things of the spirit. You've actually broken a barrier. So you find out even it's going to be easy for you to then go to the next house, third house, and things like that. So it's very important to say the first house, just try to find ways of, making sure you build something that will take you to the next level, the next level, the next level. Yeah.
Okay. The last one. Must every relationship end in marriage? Is every man or every woman marriage material? What if we both have a mutual understanding that this is strictly business, no strings attached, meaning it's not going beyond dating? Because I feel like some men or women are not meant to be pinned down or married.
So if you are just doing something and you are saying it's strictly business, what kind of business are you talking about?
Sexual.
Is it sex? Is
Sex.
it just kissing?
Just
So
sex.
are you really willing to just have someone kiss you, have sex with you, and then they just leave you and then go to the next person? Is it something that you want to have in your life? Are you really willing to go to the person that's going to marry you after someone is, like, done everything they want to do with you? Then you just go to the next person. So as an individual, these are some of the decisions that you need to make sure you're not making the wrong decision that you regret later in life. So whenever you are in a relationship, that relationship has a potential to end up in marriage. That is something that you need to know. And also for men, this actually happens most of the time. You get in a relationship, you think it's just strictly business, like you're doing. Then you have sex, and before you know it, someone is actually
The wrong
is now
person.
the wrong person that
Is
you were saying is
pregnant.
business is pregnant. And I don't know how it happens. Maybe
Women are
people are
strategic,
extra
Israel.
fertile or something
No,
like
no,
that.
no, no. Women are
That person
strategic.
that you are saying, you are just playing around, I don't like it. That's the person that is
Yeah,
going to get
exactly.
married fast.
Exactly.
Before you know it. Then at the end of the day, you are now getting married to the person that you did in life. After some few years, you are then separating. So you need to make sure that you are actually making the right choice first time. First time you're actually seeing this lady and saying, I love you, make sure you really mean that I love you, that you are saying. Not to say, maybe I'm just loving you just so we can just play around and I'll let you go. Because before you know it, you have a kid together.
But there are people who actually do that. They just want someone to have fun with. Like you were saying, that they'll be like, they have got a proper girl. They left maybe they're here in the UK working, but they've got a proper girl back in their home country that they want to marry and everything. Here they just want someone to relieve stress and pressure and everything, and they're just hooking up and everything. So there are actually some people who just want to use you and just want to have a temporary relationship with you. As for women, she might agree with you. You might actually tell her point blank that I just want a temporary connection, temporary relationship. I've got a serious girlfriend. I'm engaged to someone back at home. She'll be like, no, I don't mind. It's okay. But women are strategic. Women, we might pretend as if I don't care. I don't want. But women are always looking for an opportunity. Women are always planning ahead, thinking ahead. That no, maybe he will change his mind. Maybe I'll change his mind. That's when they will steal your sperm and become pregnant, break the condom or whatever, and to get pregnant so that they can pin you down. Even you thought that no, Mutu Msango, this is a lady from the streets, she's for everyone. She's going to become your
But
exotic tree,
that is a very big
indigenous
mistake
tree,
for
whatever.
for many ladies. That's a very big mistake. You think you're actually pinning someone down and you give them a baby, and that person doesn't love you. The next thing you're going to be left alone with that baby.
Or sometimes
So
you're going
you
to
need
be in a
understand.
horrible relationship, horrible marriage.
Yes.
Sometimes
Well, that
that's
person
why
doesn't love
some
you.
marriages suffer, because the foundation
Yes.
was bad. The foundation
So
was wrong.
you
The
might
way you
think I'm
got
cheating
into that
him,
marriage, the way you
but
got
you
into
are
that
being
relationship,
cheated yourself.
you didn't do it the right way.
Yeah.
So it's very important to make sure. I wouldn't want to go out with a guy who tell me that this is temporary. I'm just doing
are you
it
doing?
to release pressure. Do I look like
A temporary person. So what
what
are we
you
even
talking
doing
about?
together?
Yeah, so that's very disrespectful. I wouldn't go I wouldn't let my daughter come here to tell me that there's a guy he just wanted.
So
He
just
said he wants a
temporary
casual
setup.
relationship. He doesn't want. He said it's strictly business, no strings attached and everything. So we're just hooking up. I'm like, oh my god, I'm gonna hook you up the tree and spank you too
That's
hard.
the last thing that you want. So whenever you are entering into a relationship, make sure it's
you're
something
serious about it. Yeah.
Something that you are willing to say. If
In case
it goes to the other way, you're gonna marry that person.
no, we are not talking about you teenagers. We are talking
want that
about
person, you
proper
love
people who
that
are ready for
person.
marriage.
Yeah.
We are not talking about you teenagers. We are talking about proper people.
Yes.
So,
So make sure that relationship or that person is someone who can say
you are ready to
yes,
marry.
I can
Whatever
marry this
it
person.
happens, you are ready to take the
Because
next
you
step.
know what happens with love, the moment you enter there, before you know it, you actually love that person. And when you love that person, you will not even see anything bad on them, any of their features, any of the things that they do or they say. You won't see anything wrong with that. Then before you know it, you are consumed completely, and now you love that person.
But in the future, it will catch up with you.
You
That's
then
when you
see,
realize, oh,
how
that's
come
why I wanted not to be
yes, it will be like you are in a dream. Then you wake up and say,
boom.
oh,
That's what people, when they say, go to the
I got
bar,
married to a
they said
guy.
when you
I'm
go
like,
to a
oh.
beer and then, huh? They say when you go to a beer some ladies will be looking ugly and
before you
different and
start
everything.
drinking.
But once you start drinking, one,
Yes.
2, 3, she'll be changing. She'll be coming beautiful.
Coming. They're like, oh, she's actually beautiful.
Oh. So you have to be careful how you enter into a relationship and your motives behind it.
Yep.
Yeah. That's it.
That's the last thing.
Yep.
Anything you want to say?
No, I'm okay.
Oh, that's good. Thank you so much, guys, for this wonderful time. We really appreciate you. We really appreciate your time. We don't take it lightly. Thank you so much even for all the support. If you haven't subscribed, please just hit the subscribe button. It goes a long way. We really appreciate your time and everything that you keep on doing. Thank you so much, guys.
Thank you.
See you in the next
Bye.
episode. Bye.